Hello and welcome to another story recap. In this video we're taking a slight detour from our usual open world adventures and instead delving into the well-established universe of Call of Duty. Now, before we dive into this story, it's worth noting that Call of Duty Modern Warfare is a reboot from the game's original series. So if you're completely new to Call of Duty Modern Warfare games, then don't worry, this means absolutely nothing to you. But if this isn't your first rodeo with Captain Price & Co., then essentially you need to forget everything you know. You meet characters you know, but what you've experienced with them before should pretty much be disregarded. Right then, now that I've successfully confused you, let's go. Our game begins with CIA operative Alex, who is on a covert mission with a group of US Marines to find and intercept a shipment of dangerous chemical gas, which is believed to be heading to Urzikstan. Now, Urzikstan is a fictional country created for the game, but it doesn't take a genius to work out which country it is heavily based upon, a fact in which the game came into lots of criticism upon release. Urzikstan are currently stuck in a 20-year-long conflict with Russia, whom currently occupy their war-torn country. Alex and his team find the gas, but are then attacked by an unknown assailant who takes the gas. One of the attackers expresses his panic and shock to discover Alex's team are American and not Russian as they expected.
Marines, American.
Alex survives and informs of the events to his handler, Kate Laswell. Naturally concerned that this dangerous chemical gas is now in the hands of unknowns, she contacts a longtime friend, the one and only Captain Price of the SAS, who we all know from the previous games. But wait, this is a reboot, so forget all that you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
This is Captain Price, and he works for the SAS. We now cross to Piccadilly Circus in London, which is a lovely area which I recommend visiting, just not on this night. We assume the role of SAS Sergeant Kyle Garrick, who is supposed to be Gaz from the original series, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
Kyle and his small unit are tracking a terrorist cell believed to be associated with the group known as Al-Qatala, led by a man named The Wolf. The van that they are following then opens up and unleashes several suicide bombers who cause havoc in Piccadilly Circus, killing innocents, police officers, and detonating several bombs. Kyle fights off many of the terrorists before bumping into the aforementioned Captain Price, who we are meeting for the first time. Together, they attempt to save some innocents, but to no avail. In the aftermath, Kyle expresses his frustration at not being allowed to act quicker on the terrorists that they had been tracking by those above him. This draws the attention of Captain Price, a man who likes to be proactive and get the bad guys. I assume, I've obviously never seen him before. Price subsequently recruits Kyle into his unit. Welcome to lovely, sunny, war-torn Urzikstan. Alex, now recovered from his recent mission, meets Commander Farah Kareem, who leads the rebels against the Russians occupying their country alongside her brother, Hadir. Farah and Alex strike a deal. Farah and her rebels will help Alex find the missing chemical gas in exchange for Alex's help in overthrowing the Russians. Back in London, Captain Price and Kyle infiltrate a Camden townhouse, which Kyle's intel suggests is housing Al-Qatala associates. This intel proves to be accurate, and inside they find several Al-Qatala members, but more importantly, Price uncovers the location of the Al-Qatala leader, Omar the Wolf Suleiman. With that information relayed to Alex in Urzikstan, he, alongside a group of Marines, lay siege to a local hospital housing the Wolf. After a big firefight, Alex and the Marines manage to secure and capture the Al-Qatala leader. Kyle and Price then arrive in Urzikstan. Price and Farah already seem to know each other, more on that later. However, their reunion is cut short when the Wolf's right-hand man, known as the Butcher, alongside large number of Al-Qatala followers, attacks the US Embassy in an attempt to free their leader. This causes our group of heroes to engage in a long skirmish in which they manage to repel several units of Al-Qatala fighters. Despite fighting off the majority of attackers, they then find out that the Wolf's cell has been blown open and that he has escaped. Farah draws up a plan to attack the wolf and his men on the Highway of Death, which is a long and abandoned strip of road leading out of Urzikstan. Despite the plan being fairly sound, it goes awry when Russian forces turn up and attack both Farah's rebels and the Al-Qatala fighters. In the commotion and panic, Farah's brother reveals a plan to help them fend off the Russians. He then reveals a car full of chemical gas, the very same we witnessed at the start of the game, revealing that Hadir was actually the thief who attacked Alex's unit. Farah is naturally disgusted with Hadir, who sets off the gas, killing the Russians and Al-Qatala forces. We now flash back to 1999 and discover the events behind Farah and Hadir's motivations against the Russians. During the initial invasion, their mother was killed by a collapsing building, leaving Farah and Hadir to desperately attempt to escape with their father. As the Russians set off the very same type of gas that Hadir had stolen in the modern day, Farah witnesses her father get killed by a Russian soldier. Now orphaned, the siblings manage to fight off and kill a Russian soldier, while nearly escaping the area before being captured by the Russian leader, General Barkov. This led to a 10-year imprisonment at the hand of the Russians, with Farah and Hadir kept in opposite cells. During this time, Farah rises to the rank of commander and manages to assemble rebels to fight against the Russians. After many years of torture and torment by Barkov, Farah manages to escape and leads an assault on the Russian forces. During the assault, a young Captain Price arrives, having received letters from Farah's rebels about their situation. Back in the present day, Hadir has disappeared, and intel suggests that he has now joined Al-Qatala. With the majority of gas still in Hadir's possession, Alex and Farah are forced to act. With Price's help, they track down the Wolf's secret base with the intention of killing the leader and finding Hadir. They succeed in one of them. Alex and Farah find the Wolf, who is wired up like a Christmas tree. Alex manages to disarm the bomb, and the Wolf is killed. Following the mission, the US government declares Farah's rebels a terrorist organization and an enemy of the country due to their role in the stolen gas. Captain Price, Kyle, and Alex are enraged, leading Alex to defy his orders and remain in Urzikstan to help Farah fight against the Russians.
I'm going back to Urzikstan, staying with Farah's army.
What you're doing is illegal.
I'm pretty sure everything we do is illegal.
Only the good stuff.
Meanwhile, Price and Kyle head back to Russia after receiving intel about a possible terrorist attack by Al-Qatala. They meet Nikolai, who's a friend of Price from the original series, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
With Nikolai's help, the duo manage to find and capture the Butcher. However, he proves to be a difficult man to interrogate, refusing to give any information to Captain Price. Reluctantly, he orders Kyle to bring in the Butcher's family. Kyle aims a gun at his wife and son, which prompts the Butcher to give up information on Hadir, revealing that he is planning to attack General Barkov's estate. We're given the option to kill the Butcher or walk away. I personally walked away, leaving his fate to the police. This decision has no impact on the rest of the story, but I do wonder whether it will play a role in future releases. Price and Garrick find Hadir before they are attacked by Russian forces. Hadir pleads with the two SAS members that he isn't a terrorist and just wants to kill Barkov and end the war. He proceeds to tell them the location of General Barkov's gas factory where he makes the poisonous gas. Before they can head there, Laszlo arrives and demands that Hadir is given to her, claiming the Russians want him as a prisoner, and complying could ease the increasing tensions between Russia and the US. Price reluctantly hands Hadir over on the conditions that he can keep the intel on the gas factory. Laszlo agrees, leaving Hadir to the fate of the Russians. The full team head to the factory with plans of destroying it. However, during the assault, the remote detonator is damaged. Unable to set off the charges, Alex plays the hero role and sets up the explosives manually, seemingly sacrificing his own life. Him and Farah, who reek of sexual tension throughout the game, say an emotional farewell.
Give me the order.
You are a freedom fighter, Alex.
You're a born leader, Farah.
General Barkov attempts to escape, but is attacked by Farah, who finally kills the Russian commander. Farah and Price's forces evacuate the area as the facility explodes. Rest in peace, Alex. In a post-game scene, Laswell and Price discuss the emergence of a new Russian threat who plans to claim Barkov's throne. His name is Viktor Zakhaev, who we know from the original series, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
Hadir is mentioned to still be alive in Russian custody, with Zakhaev apparently a big fan of his work, suggesting Hadir will return again at some point in this rebooted series. To prepare for the new threat, Captain Price suggests setting up a new task force consisting of Kyle Gaz Garrick, John Soap McTavish, and Simon Ghost Riley. All key characters in the original series, but, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
When asked what he would like to name the task force, he says,
141.
Which may ring a bit of a bell again, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
Thanks for watching this story recap. For more videos like this and reviews of new and old games, just hit subscribe and check out my channel.